I think spotting trends is a very important thing. Okay. It gives a good idea of what direction things are headed. Development, price, all these important things, they tend to have trends. And we've been seeing a very interesting trend that I think we should give some context to over the last week or so. Now, what we're seeing is big buying happening, right? Obviously, Shiba Inu, 2.84 trillion bought over the last 24 hours. We obviously talked about yesterday, there was another 3 point something trillion bought. We're starting to see this massive trend happen, but it's also important that you give context, right? Because 2.84 trillion bought doesn't necessarily mean that outpaces the sellers. However, over the last 24 hours, there was actually a difference of 203.22 billion more SHIB that was bought than sold. And actually since Sunday, so just over the last 2 days, the purchases exceeded the sales by 407.81 billion SHIB. This is where we're starting to see a trend, the buyers outpacing the sellers. And this is even more interesting. Okay, right now, the number of so-called bear and bull addresses is in equilibrium, with 20 large wallets trading more than 1% of the total SHIB volume on each side. Nevertheless, for the last 7 days, the cumulative number of large sellers exceeded that of the buyers, 141 to 130. Now, this is where this is important, right? You might say, okay, obviously the sellers are winning. Well, that's not actually the case, because when we look at the price of SHIB, we can see what's happened over the last 7 days. Despite there being some more larger sellers than buyers, the buyers are winning right now. The bulls are in control of the market. Now, Shiba Inu still has a long way to go, right? Because we really haven't climbed out of this range that we've been stuck in. We can see that just over the last month, there hasn't been a crazy amount of volatility. It's not the type of moves that you're usually used to with Shiba Inu. I mean, even if we look throughout the year here, this is the kind of moves that we're usually used to, these huge spikes upward. Shiba Inu can typically go for a run. But I'm okay with steady growth at this time because steady growth is sustainable, guys. That's the key thing to remember. Usually, as fast as you go up, you can go down just as quickly. Look at what happened with that spike earlier this year in February, right? We spiked up really fast. We erased essentially all those gains in just a week's time, okay? But the great news is things are headed the right direction, okay? Buyers are becoming more and more interested. Development is chugging along, right? It's right on the tracks. It's continuing to go, follow it through, wherever. I didn't have a good analogy there, but you guys get the point. Things are headed the right direction. Slowly but surely, Shiba Inu is starting to gain some ground back. And I think that's starting to get a lot of people excited. So appreciate you guys as always. Definitely show your support below if you guys haven't already. But I hope you guys have a fantastic start to your Tuesday. And I hope to catch you guys in the next one. Take care.